Hello, this is Krystal and thank you for joining me for this week's First Chapter Friday. Today I will be reading from Darcie Boleyn's Love at the Northern Lights. Chapter 1. Oh my God, Frankie, we're being arrested. What? Frances Ashford looked up from the flute of champagne she'd been nursing for the past hour and peered through the dimly lit VIP section of the exclusive London club. Get up, it's the police. Jennifer Prescott, Frankie's best friend, grabbed her hand and pulled her to her feet, causing her to spill the remains of the champagne down the front of her pink silk dress. And sure enough, 6 burly police officers were heading their way. But why would they arrest us? She asked Jen, looking first at the men in their black shirts and trousers with the black baseball caps on their heads, then at the rest of her hen party. Because we've been very naughty, Lorna Cartwright, another of Frankie's bridesmaids, smoothed her sleek black hair, then adjusted the low neckline of her barely there black dress. She giggled, then held up her hands. I'm here, officers. Please be gentle with me. This is a prank, right? Frankie nudged Jen as the men closed in on them. Oh, Frankie, darling, just go with the flow. This is your hen night, and it's time to have some fun. Jen cocked a perfectly manicured blonde brow at her, then held up her hands in the same way as Lorna and the other 3 bridesmaids. Frankie scanned the club, wondering if she had time to make a run for it. But suddenly handcuffs were locked around her wrists. One of the officers gruffly informed her of her rights. Then she was led down the stairs from the VIP area and across the dance floor as her friends squealed and giggled around her. 10 minutes later, Frankie found herself squashed onto a narrow bench between 2 of the rather brawny police officers in the back of a transit van. Jen and Lorna were with her, but the others had been stuffed into a different van outside the club. It was clearly hen night hijinks, but even so, her pulse was racing and her mouth bone dry. She hadn't wanted any of this, hadn't even wanted a hen night, but Jen and the others had insisted. Frankie had agreed on the condition that it would be a quiet night of drinks at a club, followed by a meal at the Ivy. However, it seemed that her friends had ignored her wishes and come up with something completely different. The air in the van was stuffy, and the heavy aroma of cheap aftershave hung around the hot, bulky bodies either side of her. Didn't these men know that less was more when it came to cologne? How anyone could find this exciting, Frankie had no idea. The urge to stand up, kick open the back doors of the van, and jump out was building. And she pressed her long French manicured nails into her palms to try to stay calm. Surely this torture would soon be over? And if you would like to know what happens next, you can check this title out on the Libby app. Please join me here next week as I read from the beginning of David Koepp's Aurora. Thank you and have a great week.